Last year, in 2023, on the 7th of October, Israel tumbled into utter chaos. Gunmen barged into its territory from all directions, air, sea, and land. They shot at civilians, took hostages, and forced families to barricade themselves indoors. Hamas, a Palestinian Islamist militant group, launched an unprecedented surprise assault on Israel, killing nearly 1,200 people. The very next day, on the 8th of October, Israel officially declared war against Hamas. The Palestinian enclave of Gaza has been pounded mercilessly since. It's been 11 months of brutal war in Gaza. Much of Gaza stands reduced to rubble. The geopolitics of West Asia has been changed forever. On the 13th of October last year, Israel called on civilians in northern Gaza to move south within 24 hours, declaring the north, which includes Gaza City, a war zone. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians flee to the south of the Gaza Strip. The entire district in the north was razed to the ground. The order for 1.1 million civilians in the Gaza Strip to relocate from the north to the south created an atmosphere of confusion and fear in the besieged enclave.
After days of airstrikes, the Israeli Defense Forces have ordered the Palestinians in Gaza City and its surroundings to move to the south of the territory, moving more than 1 million people across a densely populated war zone to a place with no food, water, or accommodation, when the entire territory is under siege, is extremely dangerous and in some cases simply not possible.
On the 15th of November 2023, Israeli troops raided Al-Shifa Hospital, Gaza's biggest medical facility, where Israel claims Hamas has a command center. Al-Shifa Hospital houses hundreds of patients and thousands of displaced people. Intense fighting in the area meant the hospital had been sealed off that month. Patients, including premature babies, died when the hospital lost electricity. More than 30 premature babies evacuated from Gaza City's Al-Shifa Hospital received care in the Al-Hilal Emirati Maternity Hospital in Rafah in the southern Gaza Strip before their transfer to Egypt.
These babies have suffered greatly during their stay at Al-Shifa Hospital due to the suspension of all health services in the complex. We found that even the water used for their formula was contaminated and that they were not properly sterilized due to the severe lack of resources. Consequently, they suffered from vomiting, diarrhea, weight loss instead of gaining weight, leading to significant harm. Some experienced blood poisoning and severe infections.
On the 29th of February this year, more than 100 Palestinians were killed and many others wounded after Israeli troops opened fire on hundreds waiting for food aid in southwest Gaza City. Gaza's health ministry called it a massacre. From early March, several countries, including the United States, airdropped aid into Gaza as the United Nations warned of imminent famine. First aid ship from Cyprus arrived on March 15. On On the 1st of April, 7 aid workers from the US charity World Central Kitchen were killed in an Israeli strike. The military later claimed that it was a tragic mistake. Biden told Netanyahu that he will reassess US policy if Israel does not immediately address humanitarian conditions and protect aid workers.
We realized after the kitchen closed that many mouths were left hungry. Today we no longer see crowds at the entrance. When people come here, we feel it's inhumane to have them queue up for food.